Guys, today our assignment is called Geometry in Your Name. This is one of my favorite assignments for all time. We do it every single year, and everybody always pretty much loves doing it. So here's what I want you to do. I have grabbed a sheet of graph paper. Now, you may not have a piece of graph paper, and that's completely fine. You can use a regular piece of paper. But what I want you to do is take a thick, if you've got a black marker, and just write your name. Now, if you've got a 3-letter name, like if your name is Mia or Zoe, that's okay. And I'm going to let you guys decide if you want to write it a little bit smaller. That works too. If you have a longer name with 5 letters, I pretty much can fill up the whole page. But I want you to boldly write out your name. And we're not going to do lowercase letters. We're only going to do capital letters. So just like I did, my first name is Sarah. I wrote it in dark black. And then I went through and I identified all the geometric terms that we have been learning about. And I labeled each of them. And so this is what I'm looking for from you guys. Now on my S, I had nothing, no angles, no line types in this letter. S is just a curve. I have 2 A's, so that worked out. I made sure that they were exactly the same. And I noted that my A's had 3 acute angles in the top of the A. This is actually a triangle type that we're going to be learning about pretty soon. But I noted my acute angles and I labeled all of them with red just because I wanted to make sure that I could see that all of those were red. And then I found another acute angle in my R. I also looked for obtuse angles, and I could see that I had some obtuse angles in the bottom part of my A. So these two are slightly greater than 90 degrees. So I labeled them. I labeled the ray coming off my R. There are not very many letters in the alphabet that are going to lend themselves well for a ray, but I happen to have one, so that's pretty cool. Now my H was really fun. It was loaded up with a whole lot of stuff. As you can see on my H, I had 2 parallel lines, and so I just highlighted those and labeled them parallel lines. And then I could see 4 right angles where the sides of my H and the bar that crossed went over. So I labeled those as right angles, but I also know that because these are intersecting lines and they made right angles, that these are also parallel lines. And so I used the geometric symbol for the word parallel right here so that it says and parallel lines. Now, you may have completely different letters in your name than me. You may find that you have lots more acute angles, or you may have a name that has a lot of perpendicular lines. You may have a name that you feel like you can see a line or a line segment in. So just be creative. And we're having a Zoom call tonight, or actually this afternoon at 3 o'clock. I would love for you to have this done so that you could bring it to our Zoom conversation and show it to your classmates. Now, you don't have to be an artist to do this. And if you mess up, no big deal. Just get another piece of paper and do it again. But do your best. Have fun with it. This is going to be one of those assignments that I'm going to be checking off as complete or incomplete towards your grade for this quarter. So what a fun activity. When we're done with it, hang it up in your room, and it can remind you of all of this cool stuff that we've been learning. If you have any questions, be sure that you shoot me an email and ask. But I'm really looking forward to seeing all of your name geometry online in your submissions. You can submit it as a photo, and also when you bring it to our Zoom call. So make sure you submit it, but if you come to the Zoom call, have your paper with you so you can share. Okay, have fun, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Adios.